protests are up in Mexico over cartel violence. I've seen and heard about this on social media. This has been blowing up. Yo, let's take a look. This is crazy.
Massive protests breaking out in Mexico City. More than 100 police officers.
It's another one. Yo, this is happening everywhere, bro. Oh my God.
Officers were injured in these violent clashes outside of the National Palace. The unrest follows the assassination of a mayor who had criticized Sheinbaum's approach to fighting drug cartels. Demonstrators, many of them Gen Z.
Wow, yeah, so this happened not long ago. There was an assassination of a mayor in Mexico, and they are not happy about it. Like, it's been a ongoing situation with the cartels, kidnapping people, constant murders, assassinations of political figures, candidates that are running for president or the presidency, of Mexico, and they're fed up with it. They're absolutely fed up with it, and they're finally fighting back. And apparently, it's again, it's the Gen Zs, the Gen Xers, and the Gen Zs. It's the young people that are out here protesting and toppling the governments. It's insane. This is wild, yo.
He accused the president of ignoring cartel violence and rejecting U.S. help to combat it. Leonardo Falcon and Ignacio Gonzalez are here. They have a podcast called the Leo and Nacho podcast in Mexico, and we've had them on many times on Fox Noticias.
I did not know they had influencers in Mexico. That's pretty awesome. Like, more power to you guys. Like, if you guys should definitely I mean, of course, be careful, because you have the cartels over there, but because I know they have to tiptoe, they have to be careful what they say and do, being influencers or whatnot, and not catching the attention and the eye of the government. I'm pretty sure the government knows about them and like pays attention to them.
I'll start with you, Leo. Why don't you just explain to the American people what is happening at this moment, because Mexico is in full revolt right now.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, good morning to the United States, and good morning to you, Rachel. And what Mexico is currently facing is a national awakening. What we're looking at, what you're probably looking at in the screens, is a protest of the Gen Z movement in Mexico, where there are no parties.
Gen Z, bro. It's Gen Z.
That they are leading this. It's the youth. It's the Mexican people. It's not about the left. It's not about the right.
See, why do you think it's the youth? Why do you think it's all the youth? I mean, who do you think is the ones that are in power? It is the elderly, right? It's mostly the elderly that are holding on to the power. The grown adults and the elderly that have taken control of the government, have taken control of the everyday lives of the citizens, and they just hold on to this power until their little dying breath, right? And they create all these bad, insane policies that don't work with the people. It doesn't help the people in any kind of way. It goes against the people that voted them in, right? They go against the people and basically try to keep themselves in power.
Right? It's about the Mexican people wanting the best for the country. And we're all together in this protest. We're all together for a better country. And we see it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We saw over more than 100,000
I love to see this.
During the streets of Mexico. And
see, this is a protest. This is a real protest, right? This is a real protest. Like, if you see protests that are happening here in the United States, because this is where I am. I'm in the United States. And the protests here that we have are from crazy lefty liberals, from the Democrats, right? And they're not really protests. They're riots and incitements of violence, right? They just go out here and attack law enforcement or anybody who disagrees with them, right? And they're just out here screeching and screaming about the dumbest shit. Those aren't real protests, right? These are real protests. Like, these protests here are actually going after the little government. Like, they're focused on strictly the government, not innocent bystanders, not innocent people, not innocent businesses and stores looting and robbing stores. It's just strictly a real protest against the government.
It was pretty impressive from our part to see it for the first time, and we were actually there. So we're very happy of the people that showed up in the country and that they are pushing
Wow.
for a change.
Nacho, why are the Mexican people so angry at Claudia Sheinbaum, your president?
Well, in a country which you have 60 murders and 40 missing people a day,
40
Every single-
missing people a day.
of course they are
That
shocked.
is a terror.
Of course they are shocked.
Yeah.
We, the youth, are really desperate because we don't see the light. The generations see the teenagers.
See, what do you think people will do when they can't see the light? You know, they can't see what's at the end of the tunnel. They can't see a better life for themselves. They can't see growth. They can't see potential. They can't see anything but bad. You know what I mean? They can't see what is the reason for them to live and continue on when you have a government, an oppressive government that is bringing you down and keeping you down in every aspect of life.
After this horrific situation, we decide to protest,
Yes.
not with a flag of any political party, no, because they are killing us.
Yes.
That's the reality.
Okay. So
That is
what-
literally the reality. That is literally the reality. They are literally killing them. They are killing them. They're also killing us here in the United States. Drug trafficking, fentanyl, right? They're just killing people.
do you
and
believe
they're
that
tired of
Claudia
it.
Sheinbaum is complicit in this? We've had senators on here, Senator Lily Tejas, who bravely said,
And you got this retarded freaking president, Claudia Sheinbaum, Claudia Sheinbaum, who is who absolutely she's complicit in this. She's absolutely working with the cartels. Absolutely, like you.
Mexico is
It's
indeed a
horrible.
narco state, and she said that Claudia Sheinbaum and her Morena party, the political party she belongs to, is in business with the cartels. Is
Yep.
that true in your opinion, Leo?
Absolutely.
Well, when we look at what Nacho just mentioned, when we look at 60 murders, 40 missing people every single day, the narco
Absolutely.
state of Mexico makes it pretty obvious that there's some things going on behind the curtains in the Mexican government.
Yeah.
This is sad, but what we look at here in the protest is that there's actually a noticing. There's actually a noticing of all of the Mexican youth, of all of the Mexican families, that they are saying, how can this be happening? And when you have such a big amount of the population mad, upset at what's
Something's
happening in the
going on.
country,
Yeah.
something's going on. And
Yeah.
that's when you have a protest like the one we had.
Absolutely. You have a massive part of the country, of the population that's mad. Absolutely, you're doing something wrong. And the fact that they're still trying to cover this up as if they're not doing anything is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me.
Yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, people should understand, not only was that mayor murdered in public with his wife and his child there, but then a few days later, another mayor was executed. He was actually decapitated, his head placed on the hood of his car. This kind of stuff
Man.
happens all the time. It's totally normalized in
horrible.
Mexico, and the Mexican people are sick of it. Now,
That's like some medieval time shit. Like who?
President Trump, Nacho, has said, I'm going to take on the cartels in Venezuela, and of course, they're a transnational network, and that includes the cartels in Mexico. He has gone to Sheinbaum and said, will you help me? But her help appears to be very superficial, not real. What do the Mexican people want, Nacho, especially Generation Z? Because Generation Z is the one who is sort of fueling this protest. In fact, Claudia Sheinbaum printed out the names of all the Gen Z influencers like yourselves who are encouraging
Oh,
people.
wow. That's bad. That's horrible, dog. That's like basically, it's like the same strategy as the Democrats, right? That's the same thing the Democrats do, the same thing the lefties do, the liberals, right? They're out here doxing people, doxing content creators, doxing people they don't like, right? So that some crazy lefty libtard will take it into reality, right? And literally go out and murder and assassinate these people, right? It's the same exact strategy.
People to come out and protest, which is like putting a list out for the cartels. So tell me.
Absolutely, they're just putting a list out for the cartels. Like, hey, these are the people that are causing a problem to us. Make sure you try to do something about this, please. Like that's literally it.
People like you want the help from President Trump's administration and from our military.
The Generation C want peace. We don't care if that peace come with American flag in the left arm.
It sounded like he said One Piece.
The right arm. We don't care. We want peace. The situation we're living in Mexico is crazy. It's crazy, and we have a president who prefers to talk about influencers and content creators instead of fixing the real problem,
Which is
as
the
Leo
cartels.
said, which is the cartels.
Of course.
We don't know
Of course.
what
Go
the
ahead.
problem is. We all know it.
They got to point the
Yeah.
blame somewhere.
You
Of
know
course.
that
She
the
prefers
problem-
to look the other way.
They got to
Last word,
detract.
Leo.
Of course.
Do the Mexican people, does Generation Z Mexicans want President Trump to eradicate the cartels, even if that includes military work, military actions?
I think that's a great question, Rachel. And I think this question works for every single country that is facing such a big and important problem, such as in Mexico. When the Mexican people is in these conditions,
Yeah, he has to be careful of how he words and says things that is against, that criticizes his own, country and government, right? Because the cartels are there, and then you have the president who is more than likely in bed with the cartels, right? So they have to be careful with what they say, and how they're saying it to, especially to foreign countries, right? To foreign news stations, right? Foreign news publications, right? You have to be
the
careful.
Mexican people is desperate, as Nacho said. We don't care if it's Russia. We don't care if it's Russia. We don't care if it's the United States. We just want collaboration. We just want collaboration to end this problem for once and for all. We want peace for the Mexican people. We want growth for the Mexican people. We want the future Mexican kids to be in a state of peace, not in a state of war and in a state of insecurity. We don't want it anymore.
See, it's that bad. It's so bad to the point that they don't care about the politics of it. They don't care about parties. They don't care about left. They don't care about right. They don't care about the middle. They don't give a fuck about any of it. All they care about is that they want peace, and they want all the violence to be stopped. They want the cartels to be stopped, and they don't care how they get it. So it could be from any country who is willing to help them. And it's great to see this. To be honest, I absolutely support it.
Well, you are our neighbors, our biggest trading partners. What happens in Mexico should matter to our entire hemisphere, and especially the United States. So we wish you luck, and we are really proud of the courage of your generation to stand up to cartel violence, corruption, and crime, and take that on in the street. So good luck. Thank you, Leo and Nacho. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Rachel. We are going to win. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a
You
good
got
day.
it.
I'm Steve Ducey. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Wow. So let's see if we can find like any more footage of the protests. Like I want to see like if there's any more footage of it anywhere. I want to see. If there's like any more footage. I want to see more footage of the actual protests here. Let's see New York Post. Man, look at them. They're going hard. They built a wall. They built a wall, bro. What did they do? Did they like? What is? All right. That wall is not gonna hold. Like they just welded some bullshit plates together. Oh yeah, look, they broke through the wall. The wall's been breached. Wow, this is crazy, bro. Yep, they breached it. They damn sure breached it. That wall was not going to hold. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Like, do y'all not have the money or like the resources to build something better than that? Like, what was? Look, there's the One Piece sign. You saw it? There's One Piece right here. That's crazy, bro. This is a real protest, guys. This is real. This is a real protest. This is not United States, right? And if you can see, like, you see all the Mexican flags, right? These are all Mexican flags, right? And you see a protest in the United States, you don't see U.S. flags. You see fucking trans flags. You see Palestinian flags. You see all kinds of Israel flags. Like, why do we have? You see Mexico flags too. Like, you see all kinds of flags, but not the U.S. flag. One Piece, there you go. And they're wearing the freaking straw hats, bro. Oh my god. One Piece is universal, guys. One Piece is universal. Like, One Piece is taking over the world, guys. Man, bro. So definitely, Mexico protest, guys. It's getting real out here. This is what happens when you have a government or government entities that literally suppress the people. This is real suppression. This is real tyranny, right? This is real oppression of the people, and this is what happens when the people get fed up and they get tired and they actually start fighting back for real. And you're seeing the result of it. This is not even just Mexico. This is like maybe 7 other countries have done the same, and it's all Gen Zers. All Gen Zers. It's insane. And definitely like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.